Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, East of Eden Creations. I am Lavita Monique. Thank you for being here with me today. Today, I am going to show you how I make hexagons in different sizes. So the reason for this video is I picked up, I think I mentioned in a previous video, I picked up English paper piecing. And it is something that I've fallen in love with, and I have several projects going, and I just love it. So the first time I picked it up was Christmas this past Christmas, and I had some some fabrics that I had sitting around for a long time, and I said I wanted to. I had seen English paper piecing done, but I had never done it myself, and I really wanted to see if it was something that I would love and if I could figure it out myself. And I did. So I fell into, well, I didn't fall into it, but I had seen it done on YouTube, so I researched and did all of the things, and now it's one of my favorite things to do. And like I said, I have several projects going, but I have one project that's special to me. My brother asked me to make, well, yes, I'm gonna do a quilt for my brother, and I want to, he loves elephants, and asked me if I could do an elephant blanket for him. And you know, we went back and forth with the materials. So I've got the materials. I'll show you that later in the video. And I'm going to make an English paper pieced elephant, and I'm going to take you along with me. I know it's a long way around. I don't mean to talk so much, but I really wanted to give you a little bit of background on why I'm making this video. And I've never done 1/2-inch hexagons for English paper piecing, but I do know from research that it gives you more, it makes it look more realistic when you use the smaller hexagon sizes. At least from what I've seen and what I've studied and watched videos of, it gives you a little bit more definition in your if you're doing like a picture or a landscape or something like that. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you how I make my hexagons. And this can, from my experience, you can do this to make different size hexagons, because I've made 1.5-inch, and now I've made 1/2-inch hexagons this way. Let's go. Okay guys, I set my laptop up and I've already pulled up my Cricut design space. So what I'm gonna do is go here to open a new canvas, a blank canvas. And then I'm gonna close that little bar. And what I'm gonna do is go over here to shapes, if I can see, right? Let me pull in a little bit closer. I went into shapes, and as you can see, they have all of the different shapes and things here. So I just click on the hexagon and it loads it in, and then I close this. Now what I do from here is, see if I can bring it a little closer. Okay, so you see how they have the grids across the top, right? And right now you can see that's about a 1-inch hexagon. Not because of the total width, but because in English paper piecing, they're measured by the side. So the side of the hexagon, or the top, these straight parts have to be the size that you're looking for. So if you want a 1-inch, then this here has to be 1 inch or fit within that 1 inch space there. If you want a 2 inch, of course you just take this here, even, and you drag it out and you make it, and you just, this is what I do. I'm sure other people do it is more technical ways, but I just grab the little corner there and I move it until, and I just keep adjusting my hexagon, the point, sorry, of the hexagon to make it line up on this line here. And I just keep widening it, making it bigger until it gets to the size that I need. So now, as you can see, it just keeps getting wider and wider and wider. And that's how you get a 2 inch hexagon. Not the width of the hexagon, but just the side, I mean the top side here. I hope I'm explaining this the right way, or at least you can see how to get your hexagon size, right? So that's a 2 inch. But what I wanted to show you is how I do the 1/2 inch. It's pretty much the same way, and you just make it smaller until you get to the size hexagon that you're wanting. Now, something else too you can do is widen the Cricut mat, the mat, to make it so that you can see once you get to the 1/2 inch size. And there you go. So that's the 1/2 inch, right? Well, it's a little bit less than 1/2 inch, but I just wanted you to have it, an idea of how to get to the size that you want. So now I'm going to delete this, and what I've already done is created my own, you can see this, let me come back out a little bit. I've already created my own templates. So I go into my stuff, and here are my, this is the pre-saved template for my 1/2 inch hexagons. And before I click make it, I always go back to customize, so that if in the event I want to add more or print on a larger piece of paper, because this is set up for an 8.5 by 11, but there are so many different sizes of paper out there that you can save, create the template, save it for 8.5 by 11. They have 9 by 12, 12 by 12, 12 by 18, so, or 12 by 24. You can save it and make it, create the templates and save them, so that when you go, if you happen to have a Cricut, you can go in and just click it and make your templates for your English paper piecing, if that is your desire. Okay, and that's pretty much it. I hit customize and it'll bring it up here. Oh, so something I learned from one of the ladies that I follow on YouTube is, when you create your templates and you want it to stay like this, if you click on it, you'll see this box come up around your, let me move this down some. You'll see this box come up around your hexagons, right? Or whatever you're creating. If you have multiples of it, this is just something that I learned and forgot, and then I had to figure out again. So what you do is, I'm going to unattach this, and it's going to give you individual hexagons, right? And you can click on any one of them. But in order, what I realized and what she explained is, in order to get them to print or cut this way in this layout, what you want to do is highlight the entire set of hexagons and then hit attach. And what that does is, when you go to you can see this. When you go to make it, it will look the way that it looks on the Cricut mat, on the canvas, I should say, right? So I'm gonna hit cancel, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like when it's not attached. So I'm going to unattach it, and it looks like this on the Cricut mat, right? On this canvas. But when you hit make, what happens is it gives you the spaces in between each one. You see the difference? Let me show you again. I'm going to hit cancel. See how it looks on the canvas? I'm going to hit make. And this is what it looks like when you get ready to cut it on your Cricut mat. So in order for it to look like this and cut like this, say for instance you only have 8.5 by 11 paper, you want to be able to cut it on 8.5 by 11 paper. So what you do is you highlight everything and click attach. I know it took me a minute to figure it out. So then when you hit make, it'll look the exact same way as the canvas did. Okay? Let me hit cancel, and I'll be right back. Yeah, guys, so that's it. That's how I make my hexagons for English paper piecing. And even if you don't have a Cricut, there are other ways you can make your hexagons. You can go online, like I'm quite sure there are people on Etsy or somewhere like that that you can purchase from. I've even thought about creating the different sizes and posting them to sell. If you would like that, or you're interested or know someone who's interested, please leave a comment below and let me know what you think about that. It's pretty easy to make. They actually sell the cutters. What do they call? Die cuts. I have some die cuts on the back over here. I had to look to get the wording. They have die cuts that you can purchase with the die cut machine that come in different sizes. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can find one to show you. Okay, I'm back. I had to dig through my die cuts, which are right over my shoulder over here. And here you go. So they sell these, excuse the glare, but this is die cut hexagons, right? And I think the biggest one is I should have measured this, but so the biggest one on here is 1 inch. So when you're measuring your hexagons, you're measuring this top piece, like I said, this top line right here across, not from point to point in the middle, but from here across, these 2 points across the top, right? And this particular set is Tim Holtz, which means I got it from Hobby Lobby because that's where I've seen Tim Holtz. Joann's before they closed. I know. Joann's before they closed, they carried Tim Holtz as well. I know there are a few places that carry Tim Holtz, but this particular set of die cuts I got from Hobby Lobby years ago. I don't even remember when I bought them, but yeah. And this particular die cut set number is 66442 hexagons. Yeah. And I think the smallest one goes down to a half an inch. So in the event I needed to make a few extra, which I don't, because for the project that I'm doing, I made 5,400 half-inch hexagons, and I cut them all on my Cricut. I would, yeah. And this is the thing. I am fortunate to have a Cricut and the ability to be able to use a Cricut machine to cut all of my hexagons. And so I do realize that it is a privilege to have my Cricut and to be able to cut them in that quantity at one time. And something I don't think I did say is the paper that I use. What I've learned in this process of making hexagons for English paper piecing and actually using the ones that I made is you want to be careful not to use too thick of a paper, because it will hurt your fingers and it makes the process not as enjoyable as using something that's a little bit more flexible. So what I've found that works well for me, this is just me, other people use other things, it's personal choice, right? So what I found that works for me is, and this is a Hobby Lobby product as well. And I'm pretty sure you can find it other places, but I purchased mine at Hobby Lobby. No, I'm not sponsored, but I shop there a lot. I should be. So this is True Ray construction paper, premium heavyweight single color pack. This particular pack is 9x12, and I don't know the exact weight of it. I think I looked it up before, and I think it's right at like 67, however they weigh the paper. You can research it for yourself, but it works. It's a little bit heavier construction paper, but it's not so heavy or so thick that you can't fold it and do all of the things that you need to do. So this is what it looks like. And yeah, so that's what I do. That's what I use. And if you have any questions or want me to go into more detail, I will do that. So I'm not going to, I did say I was going to show you the fabrics in this video. What I want to do is wait and show you in the next video, because like I said, I've already purchased my fabrics. I've already ironed them. And my next step is to cut my strips and start to cut out the fabric pieces for the design that I'm going to do. Okay. So with that being said, thank you for being here. I love you. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.